Hey guys, what's up, what's going on? My name is Rob and welcome back once again to the channel. And in today's video, I'm going to show you guys what stocks I'm going to be investing in throughout the end of 2021. And this video is going to really be focused on showing you guys my portfolio, showing you guys how I've been investing, and giving you guys basically what I think the best method for beginners to get started with investing on Wealthsimple Trade. So like usual, this video, just like this channel in general, is going to be geared towards beginners who are completely new to investing. So if you guys are just getting started, or if you guys have just been kind of investing over a short period of time, this video is probably most likely going to really help you out and give you a clear picture on how you can invest and how investments can kind of grow your income in the future, and kind of give you guys a good idea on how to get started here. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be giving you guys a portfolio update. We'll go over the portfolio. I'll show you guys kind of the success we've had inside our portfolio, and basically how we built it since we first started in the beginning of 2020. And then I'll be showing you guys the stocks inside my portfolio to give you guys an idea of maybe some good quality stocks that you might want to take a look at, or you might want to kind of get started with. And then towards the end of the video, I'm going to give you guys some tips and some things to look out for when you're addressing stocks. And I'm going to give you guys also an idea of what I'm going to be looking for going further towards the end of 2021. So if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys want to help me out, I'll put some links in the description of this video. There'll be some links to Wealthsimple Trade and whatnot. There'll be some offers for you guys if you guys want to use my affiliate links. You guys can do that if you guys want to help out the channel. But other than that, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to follow along with me and be notified and updated when I publish these videos. Alright, so this part of the video, guys, is basically I'm going to show you guys my portfolio and kind of give you guys some inspiration and show you guys how the stock market really works. So we have two portfolios here in Wealthsimple Trade that we've made. We have a TFSA just down at the bottom here that's worth about $30,000. Then we have a personal account that we recently just started that's worth about $3,463 with Wealthsimple Trade. And we have a total portfolio value of $32,324 with Wealthsimple Trade. As you guys can see, the TFSA is up 14% and the personal account is currently up 1%. Now I'm going to check out the TFSA first. I'll give you guys a quick little update because as investors, and especially as beginners, it's important to see how stocks can grow over time. So if we go over the past week inside our TFSA, because the stock market kind of went down and now, as you guys can see, it's on its way back up. Over the past week, the stock portfolio is down 0%. It's basically flatlined. So nothing too crazy happened. You guys can see there's a bit of a dip, but we're back up, and that's just the way the market goes. Over the past month, the stock portfolio is up 1%. So 1% gain in the past month doesn't sound like a lot of money, but when you have, as your portfolio grows, it does add up. So 1% for this portfolio is $200. Not too bad, right? Over the past 3 months, the portfolio is up 6%. And this kind of just shows that over like the long term, your portfolio will, generally speaking, start to kind of grow up to some degree. And you guys can see here 6% over the past 3 months. We had a really good start to the beginning of the year. Now we're kind of just more like even the past couple months, but we got 6% growth, which is $1,700. That's a decent chunk of money, especially for this small little portfolio, as you guys can see. So it does add up over time. If you go all time over the past year, this portfolio is up 14%. So once again, you know, over the long term, it might start off slow and you might go up and down a lot, but generally speaking, as you invest more, your stocks will grow, and being 14% up in this portfolio is $3,774. And the personal account is more or less the same as the TFSA. It's just once we kind of got to the point where we used up our room, we started building out a personal account. So the personal account all time over the past year, basically it's been around for I think 2 or 3 months. We've had I think at about 2 months we've had the personal account. It's up 1%. So that kind of reflects in that previous account too. Over the past month we're up 1%. And the stocks are mostly the same. And I'm going to give you guys a quick little introductory to the personal account to give you guys an idea of some of the stocks I hold. And this is the main one we're focusing on. So the stocks here are like really good quality stocks, really well-known Canadian stocks. We have Algonquin Power Utilities, we have Manulife, we have TELUS, we have TD, and then we have 2 ETFs which make up the bulk of our investments. That's VDY, which is the Vanguard-based Canadian High Dividend Yield ETF. That gives us most of our dividend and growth-based Canadian stocks. And then we have VFE, which is the S&P 500, which gives us that long-term exposure to the growth US market. And these are the 2 funds I'm basically focusing on both of my portfolios inside my TFSA and inside my personal account. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed the first little bit where I talked about the stocks. I showed you guys how my portfolio was doing and to give you guys an update on my holdings and whatnot. Now I'm going to give you guys some tips and some things I'm going to be looking for when it comes to addressing stocks, and what I'm going to be looking for stocks, and how I'm going to take my approach going towards the end of 2021, and give you guys some tips on what you should generally be looking for if you're just getting started with investing. The very first thing I'm going to be looking for when I'm buying stocks towards the end of this year and going forward in the future is I like to focus on stock appreciation. And this is really important, especially for beginners to grasp, is that the bulk of the money you're going to make in the stock market is going to be from stocks growing over time. Even though this is a dividend-based channel and I love dividend stocks, the reality is you're going to make most of your income from stocks growing in price over time. So whenever I pick stocks, I like to focus on stocks that are growing long-term and also have a good history of growth, because then you're going to get the maximum return. So make sure you're always focused on stock appreciation, even if you're focused on dividend stocks. The second thing I'm going to be focusing on today, and which basically what I've been focused on since I started this portfolio, and I'm probably never going to change this, is I'm always going to invest in well-known companies. I'm always going to invest in companies that have a good, strong history, companies that people know, companies that are growing and they have a lot of money, have big market caps, and just have a lot of good success in their business. And I would recommend beginners start with these companies as well. Pick the big companies, pick the more well-known ones. I know some of them might be a little bit boring per se, but these companies do well. They have the resources, and they're really safe investments at the end of the day. So that's my second tip that I recommend that you guys do if you're just starting out looking for some stocks to pick. The third thing I've always focused on, and I'm going to continue to focus on in the future, and I would recommend beginner investors get started with, is focusing on stocks that pay at least some type of dividend. Now, it doesn't have to be high yield. In fact, I kind of recommend that you guys pick maybe some stocks around that conservative amount of maybe 2 to 4%, nothing too crazy, because you do want stocks that want to grow and have some money to grow their dividends over time. But I would recommend pick a stock that has at least some type of yield so that you can get that dividend income on a regular basis. And as we move on to the next point in this video, if you pick some stocks with some good dividend growth, you're really going to get some good bang for your buck. So I always like to pick some stocks with at least some type of yield so I can feel good about getting that money. It's growing my passive income. And then of course, that stock appreciation plus the dividend income will really start to compound your earnings and grow long term. And my fourth tip is going to kind of go in line with my previous tip that I just mentioned about buying stocks with a dividend, is you want to buy stocks with a good dividend growth. So you buy a stock with a dividend yield, you're getting that passive income. Now you want to look at stocks that are getting that good annual growth. So look at a stock that's raising its dividend by 5%, 7%, even 10%. In fact, a lot of the stocks that I actually hold inside my portfolio, I actually averaged it out. I actually have a 12.5% dividend growth rate annually for my dividend-based portfolio. That's pretty cool. So basically what that means is every single year, whatever I'm making in dividends, that's going to grow by 12% average, and I don't have to invest any more money. That money is just going to grow on its own. Now, obviously this can change over time because companies aren't always going to have high dividend growths, but if you pick kind of some up and coming companies with low dividend yields, they're going to be ones that are going to have the more money, the more lower of a payout ratio, and the more flexibility to increase that dividend over time. So that's why I recommend kind of looking at those companies, or at least adding some of them inside your portfolio so you can get that nice good dividend growth rate over time. And the last tip I'm going to recommend you guys do, and this is something that I need to work on, especially when it comes to my Canadian stocks, is focus on stocks in different sectors, different industries, and different countries if you can. When it comes to countries, you don't got to go too crazy. I kind of focus on Canadian stocks and US stocks, and that's about it. That's kind of what I go with. But when it comes to Canadian stocks, I definitely have a lot of stocks in the financial sectors and the energy sectors. And this is something I've been trying to focus on diversifying a little bit, even if it's just adding like one stock here and there into something different, just to kind of change it up. So, if something happens where, a certain sector gets hit really hard, or you have a low period, at least you have that kind of diversification to help you out. Or if, let's just say, non-renewable energy stocks just do really good, for a couple of years, or if real estate does really good, at least you have that exposure to kind of benefit it from some degree. And so it's kind of like you're hitting two birds with one stone there. You're trying to protect yourself, but you're also trying to take advantages of new opportunities that are going to happen. And at the end of the day, nobody can really predict the market. So having a well-diversified portfolio, but not too diversified, is definitely a good thing to do. And this is something I need to do amongst my dividend stocks, my Canadian ones more specifically. And that's what I recommend you guys do as well. And before we end this video, I'm going to go over my monthly dividend income so you guys can see how much money I actually made inside my portfolio, and you guys can kind of get inspired with that. And then I'm going to kind of be also covering my dividend income sheet, where I'm kind of trying to basically, I'm kind of pretending to live off my dividend income. I'm trying to show you guys how even just a little bit extra money can kind of go a long ways. And my long-term goal with this portfolio is to one day 100% live off my stock portfolio. And ideally it would be with dividend income, but realistically, I don't know if I'll ever get there, at least anytime soon. But with the stock appreciation and good dividend income, we can definitely look at doing that, or at least paying for most of my expenses. So basically what I've been doing is I have a spreadsheet with everything I've been buying. I've been tracking it, and I'm trying to keep it under my total dividends earned so that you guys can see see that I'm kind of basically attempting to basically one day live off my dividends and buy everything I have with my dividends. So I went to the store recently, I bought a few things I needed for the house, and here they are, and I recorded them on my spreadsheet. And last but not least, this is the dividend income for the channel. So this is basically as I've grown my dividend portfolio, this is the dividend income earned. But remember, like I showed you guys previously and how I talked about already, most of your growth and your gains are going to come from the stock price growing. And this is a really fundamental problem that a lot of people don't understand. And especially beginners with dividend investing who get started with dividend stocks. And even myself, I didn't really kind of grasp the full idea of how, stocks growing in value over time is so much more important and where the bulk of your gains are going to come from. Even with good quality dividend stocks. So here's the dividend income, but the dividend income over time, as you guys can see as well, does add up. So, over the past couple months here, you guys can see we got up to the point where we're making $50 per month from this portfolio after 12 months of investing. So basically after 1 year of investing in December, we hit up to $53. And then we hit $69 on month 15, and then we finally hit $100 on month 16. And the total dividend income, if we add all the months together, which is 16, we're on 17, month number 17 right now, is May 2021 is month 17 of the portfolio. We're at $558. So if you look at that $558 compared to the almost $4,000 we had in growth, you guys can see that most of it is stock appreciation, but over time the dividends will grow, and obviously long term it will make a big difference. Alright guys, so here's the dividend spreadsheet. This is where I show you guys basically what I'm paying for, what I'm trying to live off with my dividends. So these are the things that I want to buy with my dividends. These are the things I've already bought here, as you guys can see on the left side. And then here's the monthly cost of some of these things. So obviously buying, having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea has a monthly cost. Obviously buying groceries to some degree has a monthly cost. Buying things like toothpaste and stuff. So I'm trying to do my best to it's not going to be 100% accurate, but I'm just trying my best to kind of try to live off my dividends. It's just, I'm not actually spending my dividend income. It's just kind of like I'm pretending just to kind of appreciate the fact and just kind of more live a frugal life. It's kind of been really cool. And then in the right column here, we have the one-time purchases, which is basically showing you guys like if I had to buy something like a French press, my coffee mugs, if I bought cards, when I bought my bath towels and some different kitchen stuff and whatnot, those kind of expenses go into there. And then on the far side here, we have the total cost of everything. And the basic goal of this is to keep the total cost underneath what my total dividends are. So we're not spending more than what we've actually made. And I know this isn't perfect, it's not 100% accurate, but that's kind of what we're trying to do. But you don't have to be hardcore with this stuff. The idea is just to kind of appreciate things more and and kind of to some degree have some fun doing this kind of case study and living off my dividends. So the things we bought today, the other day at the store, is I bought a ladle, which is a fancy name for a spoon, and then I bought a can opener because we had a can opener that was kind of going crappy, and these both cost me about $5.98, so about $6 for them. I bought a good can opener because you don't want to buy a crappy can opener, then have the thing wreck after a year, and trying to open up a can with a can opener doesn't work. It's like the worst thing ever. And I bought a nice little spoon here, a nice little stainless steel one. So that's kind of what I spent my dividend income on for this week. So I just want to give you guys a quick little update on that because I haven't done one for a while, but that's basically what I've been kind of been doing so far. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And like usual guys, if you guys did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. But other than that guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care, and I'll see you guys later.